What's up, guys? Alyssa here, and I'm with my special guest, The Rock. Actually, due to social distancing, he couldn't make it in today, so this is his stand-in. Just kidding. Fun fact, I am a huge fan of The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. A total 90s kid, so I grew up watching WWE, WWF at the time. Anyways, I really did bring him in here for a reason, but we'll get to that later. I hope you guys are doing well. I miss everybody. I am a huge hugger. I miss hugs. I miss hugging everyone and saying hello, joking with everyone, but it's okay. We have to do our part, and we are. But I wanted to talk to you today about macronutrients. I know if you are like me, it's been really hard to stay disciplined in your diet. And also, how many times have you gone past the kitchen to grab some water or grab something to drink and you're like, oh, a handful of chips would be nice, or oh, I'll take that. Guilty. For sure, guilty. But we have some ideas. We have some things kind of in place to help everybody. We're going to roll those out this week and next week. But today, let's figure out what our macros are. Now, there's a lot of websites, there's apps that you can just put your information in and boom, there it is. I understand that, but hey, let's do some math today. Let's work our brains. Let's kind of do this together. I think this would be kind of a fun way for all of us to do this as a family, in a group, and see where we're at as far as our macros go. Now, some of you are like, what the heck is a macro? Totally fine. I'm sure you've heard it like, oh, it fits in my macros, I can have this Pop-Tart. Like, no, we're not that kind of macro counters right now, okay? Quality over quantity. But we are going to figure out how much protein, how many carbs, how much fat should we have today. And just to live, to lose weight, to build muscle. Depends on what your goal is, right? I like to use this method. I actually was doing some coaching from one of the CrossFit HQ guys. His name's Dave Lipson. He's married to Camille LeBlanc. He's an awesome guy. He did my level 1 and my level 2. And he does a lot of more bodybuilding stuff now. But I've been following him for a while and I like his methods. Anything that says I can work with dumbbells, I'm in. I love dumbbell exercises. That is my jam. All right, so back to macros. So I want you to look at your abs. Yes, I said it. If you see them, you have a good 6-pack. All right, you're not like, well, I have them, I can feel them, they're underneath my layer. That's not what we're talking about. If you are wearing a tight shirt and the wind blows and I can see your 6-pack, this is for you. All right, I want you to take your body weight and multiply it by 15. All right, this means you get 15 calories per every pound. Okay, if you're like, Alyssa, what abs? Or when I said look at your abs and you started laughing, this is for you. I want you to take your body weight now, whatever it currently is, and multiply it by 12. All right, you get 12 calories per pound. All right, I'll give you a second, find that number. All right, so as far as macros go, protein, carbs, and fats, right? We discussed that a little bit. All right, I like to do kind of an even border. All right, some people like high carbs, some people like high protein. And this is kind of when that nitty gritty fine tuning is going to be a little bit more specific for you and your goals. But like I said, today is just kind of a blanket way. Let's figure some stuff out. You can message me, you can comment below with what your number, does it look right? Hey, I'm having a really hard time hitting this much protein, like I can't eat another rotisserie chicken. Totally fine, we'll adjust it. All right, so like I said, save all your questions and comments. Give it a couple days. Let's figure this out first. All right. So you took your body weight today. You multiplied by 15. You have abs. By 12. What abs? Future abs. All right. So let's figure out protein. I want you to take that total number of calories and multiply it by 40%. 0.4. All right. Go. Cool. All right, now from there, I want you to take that number and divide it by 4. Go. Got it. All right, that is how many calories per gram of protein you get a day. All right, so that is your protein number. Boop, put it up. All right, let's move on to carbs. All right, we are going to eat 30% carbs in our diet. Excuse me. So take your total number of calories times 30%. Got it? Cool. All right, take that number, divide it by 4. Boom. That is your carb macro. Take it, put it up. That's how many carbs you get a day. I know it's a big number, huh? Don't go grab pasta, rice, and chips right now. It's not the time. All right, fats. Take your total calories times 30%. Got it? Take that number, divide it by 9. 9, not 4. Fats take longer to burn, so the calories are higher. That's why you get 9. Got your number? It should be lower. Yes, 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 yes. Got it? Cool. Take that, put it up. All right. You now have your total calories that you should consume a day. You have your protein, carbs, and fat numbers as well. These are in grams. Okay. Now, there are lots of different fitness trackers. I like MyFitnessPal. I use the free version and you don't have to purchase it. I'm going to actually have another video posted about different kinds of apps and tools to use. But honestly, MyFitnessPal is kind of my go-to. If you have an app that you like to use and you want to comment below, please do. And yeah, what else? Now, our goal is to stay within these limits, right? These are just kind of guidelines of where to eat. I always suggest take these numbers and eat just a normal day of what you usually do and look to see how off you are. Sometimes you're like, oh man, I don't eat that many carbs like I thought I did. Or you're like, oh man, I am all carbs. Like I barely hit my protein. Every time I get a new client or a new member, I always just have them track their normal habits. All right. If I were to give you just a template and say, here, follow this and you'll do great. And maybe you'll see more than 2 apps, but then you're not going to stick with it because it's not in your daily routine. So what we're trying to create are habits that you'll stick with. We're trying to make it a lifestyle. And like I said, this whole week, we're going to be kind of throwing some ideas at you, sharing some recipes, sharing some, hey, here's my go-to, just different things like that to try to keep us accountable. Just do what we can at this time. If you have any questions, message me, message Grindhouse, whatever you need. And like I said, this is a blanket way to find our macros. If you want some kind of fine tuning or, you need some adjustments, we'll make them. Not a problem. I hope everyone is well. Oh yeah, my special guest. Sorry, I almost left you out. He's very quiet, so I forgot. If you've ever followed The Rock on Instagram, he posts his cheat meal once a week. That is not for you guys. That is for The Rock, okay? We don't do 12 stacks of pancakes or 10 rolls of sushi. That does not fit in your macros, okay? Know your role. Just kidding. Says it right there. All right, guys. Hope you're doing well.